Well, welcome to the kitchen.
Okay. Good discussion over there in the living room.
Good discussion, and we're going to be doing this Frank in a blanket.
Oh.
Of course, people would see that as another name, but we're doing Frank's in a blanket.
Okay, let's do it, honey.
Curtis, I just wanted to say that we're going to start off by making the dough that's going to go with the Franks, okay? So why don't you go ahead and start putting in...
Well, let's maybe do the recipe first,
okay.
right?
Well, let's go look at the recipe and see what we got first as far as the ingredients is concerned.
Okay, let's do it.
Calls for 1 cup of unbleached flour with a germ, or 1 cup of whole wheat pastry flour. It calls for 1 tablespoon of baking powder, aluminum free, or 1 teaspoon of sea salt, 3 tablespoons of soy margarine, or 1 cup of soy milk, and 1 package of Light Life Smart Dogs. Curtis?
Okay, now.
Okay, now you know I was getting excited because I was...
Yeah,
you
was ready to get into it. Okay, they can catch up with the recipe later on. But
well,
Frank's in a blanket. Now, who's Frank?
Well, let's put those in while we're talking about Frank's in the blanket because that's going to take a little while to put that together.
Okay, let's...
I see you trying to get out of work, okay? So
people may be asking what...
in.
Okay.
And we got the unbleached flour with the germ. You can use that. Just use your spatula there.
Oh, okay.
That'll be easier.
All right.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I was just wondering why...
We got our baking powder.
Okay.
Okay. And we're going to put in the salt.
Salt.
And this is your favorite thing. I know you like to do this, and that is we're going to stir it up a little bit.
Stir it up with the fork?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stir it up a little bit. And once again, we got that cold margarine, 3 tablespoons of cold margarine. I'm going to go ahead and start slicing that in. Okay.
Now, why cold, honey? Why can't you just melt the margarine?
Well, if it's melted, it's not going to crumble up like a
you need it
like a cornmeal.
Okay, I see.
Okay.
Okay.
So let me just get that. Wipe that off.
Now, are we going to get back to Frank, or because I mean, why not Bill is in here? I mean, we're going to ever.
Well, we call it Frank's in a blanket. That's just people recognize that as hot dogs. As a matter of fact, on this program, we're using a smart dog that's put out by Light Life, and it's a veggie protein link. It's no meat at all. It's a real good substitute, and for those that still like hot dogs, it takes the place of it. So Frank's is just basically another word for the word hot dog.
I see.
It is a 0 fat, and it has no cholesterol whatsoever. Okay,
no cholesterol, 0 fat,
and it's very, very low in calories.
And no saturated fat.
No saturated fat. Okay, so it's a good one to use. I really like this particular hot dog, and it's very good for this particular program itself. So you're crumbling that all up.
Yes,
Put that in a crumble, and then from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead on and take and add in your milk. Just a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Let me help you with that.
You want to help me?
Okay. All right.
I wasn't doing fast enough?
No. You can use a pastry blender also to do the same thing.
Okay.
Okay, and let's go ahead on now, and I'm going to start pouring the milk in very slowly as you continue
keep
to do
on mixing in?
Okay, I'm going to move it around. Just keep on stirring.
Okay.
And I usually, sometimes you might have to use an additional amount of milk because we're now talking about a pastry flour and an unbleached, which sometimes, okay, let me just do one more there. And I have some extra flour on the side just in case. Okay, hold on.
Oh.
We don't want to create too much gluten in there.
I'm getting too excited.
Move your fork out the way.
Okay. I got kind of carried away there.
Okay. Now I like this this particular recipe, and we've been working on this one for a while too. To get, I like stuff that's normal things that people like to eat.
Yeah.
And they just say there's no way you can change that into anything more healthy. No way.
No meat in here. I mean, this is not from an animal product at all.
Right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some flour on my hands, and I'm going to put some flour on the board. Okay.
So now you're about to make the blanket. Is that correct?
Now we're getting ready to make the actual,
Here comes the blanket.
The biscuit that's going to be covering all this. Okay. Let's put that there. Let's get our spatula, and let's get it out.
You made this, of course, you made this for the show last night.
I'm going to do half of them.
While you were sleeping, honey, I almost ate one of these bad boys.
I am so glad you did not.
I mean, I came very close.
I'm so glad you did not, Curtis.
I know you didn't. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
They didn't hear that.
They didn't hear it.
No, they didn't.
Okay, let's get a little bit more flour. This wants to come out.
Okay.
Now
there are other types of soy-based links as well, but we like this one in particular, the Light Life brand. But there's other ones out there on the market as well. People can use, and you can get that now at your regular grocery stores. You don't even have to go to a regular health food store.
It's at the regular grocery store.
Regular grocery store,
yes. What we're going to do is we're going to, and notice I got flour everywhere.
Yes, because you're baking, baby.
That's
you're
right.
cooking,
I'm baking it.
Yeah, we're not trying to be neat here.
Okay.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead on and put on
and get this out the way.
And we're going to take our rolling pin and we're going to roll. This is only have a couple hot dogs. I just did half of it so you can get the idea of what it is. At the end of the show, they'll get a chance to see what happens.
And we're now producing the blanket for Frank.
And you can take the glass or a biscuit cutter.
Okay.
All right, we're going to use the glass on this one.
All right.
And we're just going to place it down and we're going to just create.
Oh, very good.
About that. Let's do a second one because we have two there.
All right.
Okay.
And this is the blanket.
This is the blanket. And would you get me the hot dog?
And the Smart Dog.
I like this because you can actually stretch it out a little bit.
Okay, and we're going to...
Put that right in there lengthwise.
Lengthwise, okay.
And we're going to bring that over.
So now the Frank is nice and warm in this blanket.
And I like to rub it a little bit, roll it a little bit.
Okay.
And then we're going to just put it seam side down.
Seam side down. Let's do one more bad boy.
Let's do one more. Let's do one more.
All right. That was kind of fun. Well, for you, not for me. Okay.
Right.
It's nice and warm, the blanket. Now, we're going to have a pillow with the blanket, or just a blanket enough?
Not a pillow.
Not a pillow, just a blanket.
Not a pillow.
Not a pillow.
I like to kind of roll it. That way it gets it nice and even.
Yes.
Makes it round all the way around.
Okay.
And once again, we're going to actually just lay it down. Now, this goes in the oven, seam side down, once again. It's going to go in the oven at 425 degrees for just about 15 minutes. You want to check on it because it is 400 degrees. The actual blanket, as Curtis calls it, is going to turn a nice golden brown, and you will actually see it when our program is over. I like this one because it has 8
franks in here?
8 comes in a package, okay? So basically, when you roll this dough out, you should be able to get 8 actual blankets.
Okay. Now, what can we eat with this other than just that? Let's got a few seconds left.
I like to serve this with a nice, let's say, a nice tomato soup.
Okay.
Or you can actually serve it up with a salad. Because remember now, we're trying to also make sure we don't have a lot of calories. How about one of those only have 45 calories in it? One frank.
One frank.
And then by the time you add a biscuit to it, it's going to be less than 100 calories.
This is whole wheat. No,
and it's also thin.
Yes.
Okay, a thin crust. So, you know, what we're going to do then is we're going to go ahead and put that in the 3ABN oven. And when we come back, you will see the finished product. So we want you to stay by.